Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Zairi bin Salim. I am expert motivational speaker and I'm from Lada to Sabah. I'm very excited today to be here to talk to you about life. The topic that I want to share you guys is fall forward. I'm sure nothing in this hall understand what I mean, so I will explain the meaning of fall forward. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile until you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that less than the one you are capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experience in school and applying in college, picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. But I never understood that concept. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure, at least this way, I will see what's going to hit. Without consistency, you will never finish. So, do what you feel passionate about. Take change. Don't be afraid to fail. There is an all-IQ test 9 dot, and you have to draw 5 lines with the pencil within this 9 dot without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeout. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiment. Did you know that? Because the 1,001 was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You got to take risks, and I'm sure you probably heard that before. But I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose, you will embrace yourself. There is no doubt about it, and I know that probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony. I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time early on in my career. I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except of the fact that I can sing. I didn't get the job, but here is the thing. I didn't quit, I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition and the next audition. I prayed, but I continued fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what there is an old saying: you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you are going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did a catch break last year. I did a play called Fence on Broadway, but here is the kicker, was at the Court Theatre. It was at the same theatre that I failed at the first audition, 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed, but you have the guts to fail. If you don't fail, you are not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something that you never do. Imagine you are on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the idea you never acted on, the ghost of the talent you didn't use, and they are standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life, and we have to go the grave together." So I ask you today, how many ghosts around your bed when your time comes? I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. World needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you young people, because remember this. You got to get out there. You got to give everything you have. Whether it's your time, your talent, your prayer, or your treasure. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you are the theologians, nurse, sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have passion. Some of you have kindness. Some of you have love. Whatever it is, whatever you give is what are you going to do with what you have. Now, here is my last point about failure. Sometimes, it's the best way to figure out where you are going. Your life will never be straight. I began in university as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it, so then I decided to go in pre-law and journalism. And with no academic focus, my grade 2 off in their own direction. I was 1.8 GPA, and the university politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day I remember the exact day, March 27, 1975. I was helping my mother on a beauty shop, and there was this older woman. I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked through the mirror, I can see her behind me. She was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving this strange look. So she finally said something I never forget. She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to the million of people." And in this year that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world. I have spoken to millions of people through my movie. Millions who up until this day couldn't see me, but I see you today, and I'm encouraged by what I see, and I'm strengthened by what I see. Because taking risks is not just about going for a job, it's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas, the chance you take. The people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what is going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got, and when you fall throughout life, remember this: fall forward. I will teach you how to think correctly. The largest gap between successful and unsuccessful people in life is the thinking gap. I'm not talking about being smart. I'm not talking about an IQ. I'm talking about how you think, how I think. Successful people think differently than unsuccessful people. Wise thinking leads to the right living. Stupid thinking leads to wrong living. If you want to have a fulfilled life, you have to fill your mind correctly right now. You need to focus on today. And what I realized was so many leaders don't understand, and we overestimate what we could do tomorrow. We over-exaggerate what we did yesterday, but we underestimate what we can do right now. The only time you have, the only time I have is now. So, the question is, what am I doing with now? The great leader, they are present in the moment, and because of that, they maximize the moment. So, if you are tempted to take the faraway glance, well, glance, but get right back to the present moment. Because today you are preparing to make tomorrow success. It's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. Well, we all want to be motivated, and yet so many times we fail to find the secret of motivation, and so let me give it to you quickly. Just do it. Motivation is not the cause of action, it's the byproduct of action. If I think motivation is the cause of my action, then I'm going to wait to be motivated before I do something. But if I realize it's the byproduct of my action, then I start doing something, and then guess what? Motivation will come out and save you, and all of a sudden you feel good, and you are glad you are doing it, and you say, wow, this is truly wonderful. So let it be the byproduct to your life. Let it be the foundation for the action that you take. Nothing comes to you until you commit yourself. Nothing's come to you if you are just thinking about it. It's not until you take the action step. It's not until you take direction. But I'm saying don't cheat yourself out of the possibility, of the potential that on the other side of commitment. Stay with it long enough to find out if there is any fruit in it. You can do goal setting with a pencil, but you have to do goal getting with your leg. You got to take action. And it's the action that separates us. The greatest gap in the world is the gap between knowing and doing. Knowing is goal setting, doing is goal achieving. People that are knowledgeable about habit say that it takes 30 days for a habit to become a habit. Habit can be good and habit can be bad. So over a period of time, you can developing habits that are going to help you, or you can developing habits that are going to hurt you. The great value of a good habit is you don't have to think about it. That's why it's a habit. In other words, once you begin to, over days and time and periods, begin to practice something that is good, after a while, it becomes automatic to you. It becomes who you are. In fact, I always tell people,
Practice a good habit long enough to make it yours. And once it's yours, now it's automatic. Every day, you will do what you should do.
That's all from me. Think about it and take action. Don't be afraid to fail because failure is the process to make success. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.